Hey folks, Deano here again. This time taking a look at a figure that's been 5 months in the making, at least for me. He finally arrived earlier today. So this is Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT. And not entirely sure he was worth the wait. But let's get into it, shall we? Starting off, if I can get him to stand. Typical box. Tamashi seal of quality. Yep, definitely. You will notice I got a Made in Vietnam one, so you know what that means. Got some nice pictures of him on the sides, things like that. Pictures in the back. And the usual blurb. This one distributed by Hio instead of Cosmic Group. This figure was pre-ordered from a different site. I got him from Toys-R-Us instead of Kuribo, which is where I got the androids from. A bit strange that two different UK companies have different distributors for Europe, but there you go. But yeah, in terms of accessories, he comes with a fair amount of hands and stuff like that. I'll show them off just now. Just get him out of frame. Yeah, so first off, he comes with a nice new 10 times Kamehameha effect. I would hope that this is the effect part the Gokus will come with moving forward, because of course you'll notice it has a nice hole here, and just like the androids, there is a peg for two specific kind of hands, just like so. So yeah, they just plug it in like that. I don't have the androids to hand at the moment, but I have checked. The peg does fit. So yeah, hopefully they keep doing that interchangeability. Really liking that so far. In terms of faces, you get the normal stern one, which is what he comes with out the package. You'll notice these faces are a bit exaggerated for Goku, at least in my opinion. You've got a teeth gritted face looking off to the side. They are really well done, I'll give them that. But yeah, just not quite looking like Goku. Full on yelling face there. And my personal favourite, the one that I have put on Goku, is the smirk face. There's that much black hair, the white balance is going a bit mental. Apologies, folks. Yeah, that's the smirk face there. Pretty nice. See if I can remember where to put that back on. There we go. Remember to push it in all the way. So yeah, on top of the Kamehameha hands, he comes with a pair of martial arts hands. You'll notice they all have the red fur coming from the wrist, which is pretty nice. You've got a normal pair of Kamehameha hands, which is actually nice to see a pair of natural looking Kamehameha hands for Goku, as opposed to his usual exaggerated claw hands. You have a pair of splayed open Ki Blast hands, and pair of instant transmission hands. So yeah, that is all of his accessories. So yeah, it comes with a decent amount, but yeah, not a massive amount by any means. Yeah, let's see if I can tone down that white balance just a little bit. Is that better? There we go. Right, so where to start with this guy? He looks good. Like, he looks really good. The one problem I have with his design is that he's almost too bulky. I mean, I think Tamashii were going for the very first appearance of Super Saiyan 4, where it was a bit exaggerated and things like that. But the further along you went in the series, GT I mean, and also recently in Dragon Ball Heroes and things like that, they have slimmed down the Super Saiyan 4 design, which is why when I brought him in on the androids, I said I actually quite enjoyed him. He's got more of that toned shape as opposed to just bulk. But yeah, going back to Goku, the hair is really well sculpted. There's a lot of detail lines here, so you can tell it's not just standard Saiyan hair. This is a form of its own. The tail was honestly a nightmare. Like, I thought I was going to break it because it doesn't come attached in the package. I can't even get it back out. You have to plug it in, but the tolerances on it are so tight. Like, honestly, if you do get this guy, folks, just be careful of that above all else. It's scary, definitely. But yeah, there's not much actual paint to speak of. You've got paint on his ab section, and obviously paint on the wrists, and I think there's a slight sort of wash on the pants, but apart from that, it's just a moulded figure. So yeah, here we go. Been dreading the articulation part. Yeah, this guy is not without his faults either. I don't know what the quality control is at Tamashii, but honestly, it's appalling, really. I mean, I've got the widespread issue with the feet, where the ball joint that they've used, or the new hinge system, at least it's new for Goku. It's not a new system, but it's nowhere near tight enough, and if you don't get him standing just right, it will just cause him to fall over. The other side is slightly loose, but not as bad. And the hair. The hair is literally the definition of over-engineered. Like, I don't understand why we need joints for each shoulder bang, as well as not one but two joints at the back. Like, one back here would have been sufficient if they wanted him to like get dynamic looking up poses. But yeah, definitely seems a bit over-engineered to me, especially when I didn't have a problem with the third parties like the Demoniacal Fit Vegito and the Vegeta I'm going to review after this guy. Yeah, it's strange. It's as if they tried to make this guy the poster boy for what they're going to do in the future. But yeah, they need to put more thought into it and less like just doing stuff for the sake of it. So yeah, I'm calling them 2.5 hinges. I really should call them 1.5 because they're a step backwards. But at least for this one, they actually thought about the tolerances, and he can literally do the splits, which is really nice. Really nice to see. I just wish they would have had the same idea for the androids. But yeah, back piece again. They moulded his backside, so you can't kick backwards. But yeah, let's get into articulation fully, shall we? Because I'm just droning on at this point. Yeah, so here, as I said, because of that hinge system, he can look up a really good amount. He can look down, but his face starts pulling itself apart for some reason. It's really bad this time. Just fix that before we move on. So we can look down that much. Neck is really good. It's just a ball peg, there's no hinge. So he's completely free to move however he wishes. Shoulders are on a really nice, kind of over-engineered butterfly joint. So he can go really, really far forward. See, this guy, his articulation is what the android's articulation should have been. Like, that's what happens when you design it for one figure and just try to use it on other figures. But yeah, it's completely free. You can move that whichever way you need. Bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow, and ball hinge at the wrist. Now, his abs, you can go back that far, forward about that far, not too far forward. The ab section is another little nitpick, because like the Super Saiyan design really is that. Like, it's literally that. So if you want it correct, you basically have to puff out his chest and bring the ab section forward. Otherwise, standard, it just looks like that, and he's got no abs, which is a bit strange. So yeah, bring that forward, get that sorted. His legs, oh, he does have waist articulation. Legs, unimpeded forward, can't go back at all. Unimpeded out, as I showed you. Swivel at the thigh. Double jointed knee. Don't let anybody kid you, this is just a cap, same as the older Gokus. It's just a thicker pair of pants. And he has hinge that goes forward and back, twists, and toe articulation, and some nice ankle rocker, if you can get it to stand still. But yeah, guys, that's him for articulation. So before we finish up, why don't we compare him to some of the other Super Saiyan 4 figures? See what I mean? I'm being fiddly. I'm sitting fiddling with him on camera. There we go. So, yep, if we bring in Vegeta, like you'll see in Vegeta's review, he's not perfect, but the abs, they're a wee bit too much, I'd think, but it's a better shape overall. So yeah, I like the difference between these two. And finally, here is Vegito from Demoniacal Fit. So yeah, all three of these figures have completely different ways of showing the Super Saiyan 3 form. If we compare them, yeah, there we go. Again, the abs on Vegito are probably the worst out of three, but they're still good. They still do the job. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm glad to finally have this guy in hand, although I wish the delay came with some sort of fix for the issues that he's been having. But yeah, glad he's here, at least. So yeah, guys, I'll see y'all later.